guys, I am Chris Kaler.
And I'm Amber Foster Kajin Cosplay, and today we're watching with you guys Better Call Saul, episode 7 of season 2.
Inflatable.
The Liberty statue.
Last episode, Mike's deal, well, not his deal, but his problem with Hector kind of ended on a good note. He got 50,000. He gave half to Ignacio because their deal didn't work out.
So he got 25,000, basically.
Well, basically, he got 50,000 total because he still has the first 25. So that's a lot of money, Mike. Good job. He freaked out though, like that was intense. Just cleaning off the blood, and the twins came back. They threatened his family, so that got hot there for a second, and can't help but say that, Mike, that's the path you've chosen for yourself. You know it's gonna be dangerous. Ouch. So there's that. Kim has been offered a job at the enemy firm, the firm that they were working against in the Sandpiper case, and they're offering.
She's considering it.
Yes, because they're offering her a lot of money and a good position. And right now at HHM, she's got her old office back, but Howard is not talking to her. He's not respecting her. He's
not even looking at her.
He's treating her like an assistant. So I mean, it's almost like the desk, like the office, is just for show. There's no recognition. So she's lost a little bit. She tried to do one of the scheme, like Jimmy taught her.
They did.
It worked, but I sure hope it's not the path that she chooses. So let's see what she does next. Jimmy also broke his cup holder because holy shit, he was damn tired of trying to make that fit. So let's see what Kim does next. Let's see if Jimmy can finally sleep in his new house. And let's see what Mike does next as well.
Oh,
let's go. Is that little Jimmy?
It's in blue.
I wouldn't be.
Oh, that could be the store of the father.
I think that's Jimmy. Jimmy, I'm too young for that.
I can come out and check your car for you. You know, maybe it's just a spark plug. I got a box of plugs back in the stockroom.
Thanks, and I appreciate that, but if you could possibly just spare $5 instead, I'd rather grab a cab than take a chance with my old clunker.
Yeah, $5.
If you can spare it.
It's a ripoff, just like that bum from last week.
Jimmy.
Every grifter in town knows that this is the spot to come for an easy handout.
Sorry to bother you folks. I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna...
No.
Dad.
No,
He's
no,
crying.
Bob. Come on, no, here.
The more I think about it, I think the more Jimmy didn't take
the money.
14,000.
That is so generous.
Of course, and you know what? I'm gonna go back in the stockroom. I'm gonna find those spark plugs. Maybe we'll get your car started for you, okay? Come on, Jimmy, just man the till, okay? And I'll just be back in a jiff, okay?
How much for a carton of Cools?
$4.
Yeah, give me a carton.
Money first.
Oh my fucking god. Yeah, right. You need money.
Give me 2 cartons. There are wolves and sheep in this world, kid. Wolves and sheep. Figure out which one you're gonna be.
Oh my god. Fast forward a few years, like 20 years later. 3 years
I got a story
later.
for you guys when we're done with this episode concerning this.
Wanted that answer.
Okay, he did. Sorry, he did.
Because, I mean, he's a kid and he's looking at these two men, and you've got the guy who's the cool guy who's smoking his cigarettes and he's got a lot of money, and his dad who's struggling, and he pities his dad. He doesn't want to be like his dad. He wants to be like that other guy. It's really sad, though.
Omar, would you be so kind as to take a letter from me? Dearest Clifford, it is with a heavy heart that I tender my resignation to Davis and Maine. Tender is better than submit, yeah?
Resignation?
Yes, sir.
I just didn't realize how unhappy you were here.
Not unhappy, per se. More like not happy.
It's so much to give up. I mean, the perks alone.
Yeah, the apartment is, yeah. And the car.
And the bonus?
The bonus is a done deal. They already cut me the check. I get to keep the bonus.
Not if you quit. Before a certain term, I think yours is a year, you have to pay the money back.
We might not write that letter after all.
That whole letter of resignation thing, that I didn't mean that.
Alright, not anymore.
Be free, man! You know what I mean?
You want to be an inflatable man? That could be you!
I've seen the photos of Jimmy with yes! Oh yes! That's my man! What? Showing your true color.
I mean, that's...
Oh, he's right. He just get fired. You need to pay back the bonus, right?
This is Al.
He stands out like a clown.
Not a clown, like an expressionist or something like that.
They said that if he was fired, he didn't
He
have
said,
to pay?
if he get, I don't know if it works that way, but if you're quitting, you need to pay back, but if you get fired, maybe you don't, then have to pay back. Could be it, or you just...
Hey, Doc,
Yeah,
you got a juicer?
he's trying to be fired.
It's very loud. Brian, come on in. He's got a forceps. Oh, shit.
Yeah, pretty sure that he's trying to get
Stop
fired.
spreading it around. Did I get you?
How long are they gonna put up with that?
It's like...
Crazy montage, I love it. And you just, I mean, he's not gonna be that intense as Saul Goodman, but it's really close. At least he keeps the ties. He's gonna be like his boss. His boss plays the guitar, so he's gonna play what exactly?
What is that?
Ooh.
Trying to relax, man. Relax.
Oh, you can hear this through the door? I didn't realize. I'm sorry.
What do you think you're doing?
I took your advice. I'm blowing off steam.
Blowing off steam.
Yeah, like you and your guitar, you know?
I pity the guy a little bit. He's a good boss.
Now, I want you in my office.
It's sad that he has to go through that.
You're fired.
What? Cliff, if this is about the bag...
It's not about the bagpipes. Well, of course it's the bagpipes. It's the bagpipes since they're not flushing in this optical migraine you call a business suit. It's about you keeping your bonus. That's what this is about.
I'll just, pack up.
First, do me the favor of not treating me like a fool for once. Tell me, how exactly did I mistreat you? What did I do to deserve this kind of behavior? We gave you opportunities, encouraged you to excel. We got you a car, an apartment, hell, that Coco Bolo desk. Do you see a desk like that in here? You never gave this a chance. Why?
I tried to make it work. Really, I did. I'm just a square peg.
He was a really good boss. It's just Jimmy doesn't.
You were right. Not even for season 3.
Okay. Schweikert and Coakley will pay your debt to HHM and make you a partner in 2 years, correct?
Apparently. That's the deal, yes. Why?
Would you entertain a better offer?
With his bonus, he can pay off her debt.
From me.
That was his logo. He was
Consider that proof of concept.
my
Wexler McGill.
Oh, that's a cool logo.
Yes, it is.
Together. Hey, we're good together. You know that. So what's stopping us? Let's jump in with both feet. Be our own bosses. Build our own future.
That is a
Your
good
own bosses.
plan.
Right
Start
now,
your own firm.
Clients.
It's risky, but you need to
Make
just...
it sound easy.
Since he
the
pays
job.
her debt, that makes it
Exactly
less
right.
risky.
We lived in the back.
Are you gonna play it straight? Or are you gonna be colorful?
Oh, I mean, his logo is all
Play
twisted.
it straight. Right down the line.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
gonna dot every I, and I'm gonna cross every.
For you, I will.
There's no point in me doing this if I can't be myself. Every time I try to do things someone else's way, it blows up in my face. That's what happened at Davis in Maine. Look how that turned out.
No,
I don't see why it's so important to you that we work together.
because he
I
loves
mean, we're already...
you.
Why do you need me for this?
I don't need you. I want you.
You've got me. Just not as a law partner.
At least
Yeah.
not...
Yeah.
You got me, but just not that way.
Yeah.
That's still good.
Go on.
It's her job at stake, and with him doing it this way, it's too risky.
Yeah.
The card looks good, though. Does it even fit? A Cocobolo desk in such an office doesn't fit.
What do you think? Yeah.
I wonder if that's the same desk he has in his office as Saul.
That's where I
Don't
got
know
it
what
in the first place.
I think his desk is more wide, but I could be
It's a
wrong.
presidential desk. Back to square one, but at least he's got a Cocobolo desk. The difference is before he had no choice but to be there. Now that's his choice, so that he's gonna be happier, I think.
Yeah.
Hello! You've reached the law offices of James M. McGill, Esquire. Kindly leave.
So you start.
Hi. You've reached the law offices of Jimmy McGill. Please leave a message and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks.
Be yourself. Don't pretend.
Tell us about Kim Wexler. You started in the mailroom, is that right?
I did. I was there almost, 10 years ago now.
I see you went to UNM Law. Are you from New Mexico?
Not originally. I'm from the Midwest, just a tiny little town barely on the map, near the Kansas-Nebraska border. You've never heard of it.
So what brought you here?
One day I just looked around at my life, at who I was, and realized if I kept going the way I was going...
Which way was that?
She was a fan of Breaking Bad. She decided to move
Best
there.
case, probably married to the guy that ran the town gas station. Maybe cashiering down at the Hinky Dinky.
The Hinky what?
Hinky Dinky. It was our supermarket. I just wanted something else.
What did you want?
More.
We can understand that.
Pleasure.
She's probably thinking what Jim told her.
Is it worth it? Is that what she wants? That's the thing, like, she's been working in the mailroom 10 years ago, and 10 years, that's where she got. And now they're offering a chance for her to go even higher, but it's still gonna take 2 years, you know? It's adding up.
But with Jimmy, you can be the straight lawyer and gonna be the colorful lawyer. Both of best of both worlds.
Yeah, it's just a lot of risks. She's thinking about it, though.
That's a cool
It's
logo.
a damn good logo. She's gonna start her own practice, you think?
Maybe.
Do like Jimmy?
That'll be good.
Because Wexler and McGill, but she's splitting them up. Wexler could do just as good.
I'm not taking the job.
Why not?
You were right. It's time for me to be my own boss. Solo practice.
Wow, it's great.
Good. To that end, I have a pitch for you. Not Wexler McGill, but Wexler and McGill. We find an office, share the housekeeping, cost the rent, electricity, everything. But I am Kim Wexler, attorney at law, and you are Jimmy McGill, attorney at law. Both free to practice as we see fit.
Okay.
That's a good
Separate
offer.
firms under one roof.
We're both headed uptown, so why can't we share a taxi? You do things your way, and I do them mine. We'll have freedom, but we aren't each trying to go it alone.
So no strings attached, but they can help each other out.
Solo practitioners, together.
Oh, my heart is melting, guys.
Say
I'm
yes.
so happy for them. Yes. What is he gonna say?
He's gonna get what he wants if he says yes to this. Like, he's gonna get her working technically with them. Like, it's a good opportunity because it kind of saves her from ever having to deal with his plans and his way of doing things. If he does something that puts him in trouble, at least she's going to be able to say, well, technically I'm my own person. We might share an office, but I'm not working with them. So
we're not
they work
same firm.
Yeah, they work together, but on their own little project. Let's just say
it's like technically two firms collaborating with each other.
Yeah, so it's gonna help them because that's the thing. When you start your own practice or when you start anything by yourself, there's this moment of you need to pay for everything, but you don't have the money, or you need to build up your reputation, but you know no one, you have no contacts and stuff. So if they at least can split the cost, that's gonna be much better for them.
And they can back up each other if the customer needs to have reference to you.
Exactly. If someone goes to talk to Kim and she's like, oh, I have this in mind, and they're like, we like a different approach. We like something that's more
colorful.
We want to take risks and stuff. They might go to Jimmy, and she could be like, I mean, this guy could do the job. This guy is probably your choice, and vice versa.
Yeah.
If they try to work with Jimmy and they're like, I don't really enjoy your way of doing things, they're gonna go with Kim. Or if they hear about Jimmy through Kim and vice versa, that's gonna work. You know, it's a good idea, and like I said, it takes away the risks for Kim, and it makes her have to. I mean, she's gonna become her own person, so she's not gonna be dependent on Jimmy. She's gonna build her own thing, which is something she wanted from that little story we got.
Please, Jimmy, say yes, say yes.
It sounds like
it's not gonna work out at the end of it, but say yes nonetheless.
I think he's gonna say yes. It's appealing, although it's different from what he wanted. Like, it destroyed his logo, but
who destroyed my logo?
I can understand her ambition though. Like, she comes from a little town that sounds similar to our town, and I mean, usually in our town, when you stay there and you make a living there, there's only like 3
usually
places.
Usually you end up working at the gas station where our dad is owning right now. The supermarket where our great uncle used to own back in the days. And
or in the what's the word? The buildings and stuff. The
landlord?
No, Jesus Christ, I don't remember, but forget about it. Anyway, there's only like so much you can do in a small town, and when you have big dreams,
it's not even a town; it's a village.
Something. Yeah, no, but when you have big dreams, usually there's some sort of stress factor here because you don't think you can do anything living there.
Okay, say it like when your first time you went living in Montreal.
Yeah.
You knew nobody here. First time you got an apartment, first time you got a job in a big city.
No, but that's not what I'm trying to say. I'm just saying that, you know, but if I go with, if you're talking about me, I'm going to keep talking about me.
Right?
I did similar to Kim here, because when I was in my hometown, I didn't see a future in what I wanted there. And there is no future in movie directing or just... I mean, we could do this there, but back then we didn't want to do this. We didn't know about this, and that wasn't even on the map. So I wanted to at least open a lot of doors for myself, and that was in Montreal. So I had to make the move. I had to make that jump. And once you're in the city, you cannot let go. You need to keep pushing, and you need to work your ass off in order to make your dreams come true, even if it takes years, even if it doesn't work right away, because otherwise, I mean, there's so much at stake especially when you come from a small town where you could have had it easy. There's the disappointment factor. Like, if you go back to your hometown not having succeeded with your huge dreams, there's gonna be like a disappointment.
There's always gonna be some what if. If you don't try, at least.
And I mean, she doesn't want to go back there. Like, she tasted the city. She tasted the passion and the possibility
Just like
for a
me,
job.
since I taste the city. Once you taste the city, you can never go back.
You can't go back to town. But, so I understand why she wants it so much and why it's difficult. It was difficult for her to make a decision because it's easy to stay at HHM. They gave her everything, but she's not respected there, and that's not what she wanted for herself.
They're taking her for granted, basically.
Yeah, and considering where she comes from and what she had to do already, like we said, making that that first jump to, going to a new town you don't know and stuff, she knows how to take risks. So it's part of her personality. And we see it here, like it's something that interests her. She gets offered that job, no risks involved, but she's not gonna get what she wants right away. It's gonna take a few years, and it's already been 10 years. So I see why she took the risk, and even more than that, she's starting on her own. Like she's gonna split the bill, but she's basically gonna be her own person in this business. So, sure. And Jimmy, I'm sad to see him go because, like I said in the episode, I pity the boss. Like, I thought he was a really good boss, and for Jimmy to do that to him, it's really sad. But Jimmy felt the same, and he did say, I think you're a good guy. And, it's sad that he had to go, but he was not it wasn't his place. He didn't belong there, and at least now that he's alone.
He was technically like the ugly duckling trying to fit with the other type of birds.
And now that he's
You're
alone...
a swan, Jimmy. Be with the swans. A crooked one, but a swan nonetheless.
And all his crazy ideas that don't necessarily cross the legal line, like his commercial, he will be able to do that now because he doesn't have to answer to anyone but himself. And if he's okay with the commercial, let's go. So as long as he doesn't cross any lines, which we know he will do, he's good to go. At least he can do his own thing. Dress as colorful as he wants, and just be as flamboyant as he wants.
I remember when I searched online for breakable women ties because I need to have some inspiration for my own. Mm-hmm. Thank you. And I saw this picture of Jimmy in front of all those colors. And
the rainbow.
Yeah, the rainbow, like you got on the left the normal suits, black and gray, and the other side, the colorful type of suits. And God, this image was so good, and I'm glad that I finally see it on screen.
I didn't see it. I didn't see the photo, so that came as a surprise. But I shouldn't be surprised. It's really Jimmy.
I told you guys that I want to talk to you about something that really happens to me in life, about that guy who's tried to...
When you were working at a convenience store or something?
Not at a convenience store, but at my motel job as a receptionist. Something kind of similar happened to me.
There's a lot of that here. Oh my God, my children are in this country.
Yeah,
but
stuck here. When I was working my night shifts, a guy went to my front desk and asked me if I could spare like $20 to $40 for him and his grandpa to go back to Quebec City. Like it's
2 hours by car.
2 hours by car, but he needs to take the last bus and he lost his wallet. I said, sorry, but I cannot help you. I'm just a receptionist. It's not up to me to help you. And he went. The next week or 2 weeks later, the same guy comes to my front desk. Oh, sorry, but I need to come back to Quebec City with my grandpa. We lost our wallet. We need to take the last bus. You're shitting me, right? You came back 2 weeks ago with me and you told me the same freaking story. I never came back to your front desk. Hell yeah, you did.
People take advantage of other people's generosity. It's really sad, especially when you see a guy like Jimmy's dad who just wants to help out and he doesn't have the money to spare. But he does it anyway.
There's a difference with when you see someone in trouble on the side of the road or in a supermarket that doesn't have the money to help themselves and you just give a hand. There's a difference with that and someone who go to your front desk
and asks for it.
Like, could you give me $5? I need to say something.
It's a complicated situation. Like, here in Montreal, we've got a lot of homeless people, and a lot of people ask for change on the side of the road. And first time I was here, like first week here, I would give money to everyone. But then I realized that I'm a student. I don't have the money to spare. So I made like a rule for myself. Like, if the person makes an attempt at earning that money, like if they open the door, or if they offer to carry your luggage, because sometimes that happens. Or I don't know, sometimes we see people try to just entertain, sing by, or making music. Anyone that tries a little bit, I will give money to that person, because I don't like when people just come up to me and be like, "Hey, you owe me that $2, like $2, give it to me." No, that's the thing. I think it's sad, especially when you live situations like this, and I've lived a couple of situations similar to this as well. For me, that was a guy in the subway station, and I heard him the first time, like he was giving that huge speech about how he wanted to get out of misery and just try to have a chance at life. And he was a good speaker. Like what he was saying made sense, and that sounded beautiful. And a lot of people gave him money. And then 2 weeks later, and he was asking for money because he wanted to travel to a shelter and sleep there for the night. 2 weeks later, same guy, same speech, same shelter, same idea and stuff. 2 weeks later, same guy again, same speech. 2-3 years later, same guy, same speech. Did
you end up going to that shelter?
I don't even know. Like, that's the thing. It's incredible how much people are dishonest when it comes to help and just charity. And we need to be careful about that. And Jimmy's dad, I mean, especially if you're Jimmy as a kid and you clearly see that this is a scam, and Jimmy's dad still tries to help out, he's a good guy, but he doesn't have the money to spare. And if you're a kid and you're seeing your dad do this, like, you could think like he's a good guy and stuff and he's trying to help, but then you also know that the other guy was scamming him, and he tried to tell him, but the dad didn't listen. So in Jimmy's eyes, it's almost like his dad was the one to pity. Like, he was the miserable one that got played by a lot of people. And in the future, knowing what he's grown up to do, slipping Jimmy and stuff, his dad would have been a victim. Yeah. A gullible victim, someone you can play with.
He lost $14,000.
That's the thing. When the other guy was saying, like, there are sheeps and there are wolves in this world. You need to decide which you want to be. And Jimmy saw his dad just run around and still be naive about what was going on, and he decided he didn't want to be this. He wanted that money. He wanted that future, that bright future, and he didn't want to be scammed. So he was going to be the scammer. It's really sad though, especially when we know what happened after in the future. Anyway, I'm glad that they're going to try their thing, that they're going to be working together, maybe, well, sort of, and they're going to help out each other. They're going to make a name for themselves. At least they're going to try. Yeah. We know one of them sort of manages to do this. I wonder what happens to Kim. All right. We're going to move on. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode with us. If you want to see the next one right away, it's already on Patreon. The link is in the description.
Yeah, so don't forget to subscribe if you want to watch it now, guys. Or wait for the next one to come up on YouTube.
Yeah, very soon.
See you then.
Bye, guys.